All right.
Alrighty.
Hey, Madison Francis.
You're.
You're.
Is there anything that you want to
Just
touch
ask the
on?
questions.
Okay. Hi, I'm Maddie here with Mixed by Narco for an exclusive interview with Seven at Penthouse Recording Studios. So, Narco, how's it going? How's your day been?
What's up? How are you?
Good. So Narco, what was your upbringing like in music? Please, walk us through that.
My upbringing in music.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I moved to New York, New Jersey area in 2023 in August. Growing up, I started playing guitar when I was 12 years old, thanks to my friend Edu. He actually has a band out here in New York, Scotch Mist. Go check them out. Um, he was really like a driving force for me to start playing guitar and like instruments, and he influenced me a lot early on with like the type of music I was listening to, because my family wasn't very musical. Like they didn't play instruments. They listened to like top 40 stuff. So I've relied a lot heavily on like the guitar and my friends to, for all the stuff that I grew up listening to. So I listened to a lot of like 60s and 70s classic rock. I was always into hip hop. So growing up, I still did like the radio. Um, but yeah, it was a lot of like Pink Floyd and Radiohead and Led Zeppelin and The Who and Guns N' Roses, uh, Alice in Chains, those types of bands. And then the older I've gotten, I've like my music palette kind of just has grown into jazz and EDM, UK garage, which is my current obsession. But
Yeah, I love that. Very well-rounded and lots of classics, I love the rock bands. Can you walk us through how you first started producing and how you got to that?
so, like I said, I was started playing instruments or guitar when I was 12. Me and my friend, I ended up joining his band in high school. We had like, a couple years of playing, open mics and venues and stuff like that. And then eventually, we graduated, everyone went their ways to college and whatnot. And I ended up taking like a hiatus from music just in general from the ages of like 18 to like 23. I wasn't really playing as the instruments as much. I had never really used a DAW to like produce anything before that. Everything was kind of just go to the studio and have the engineer do it until I went to SAE, and then I finally learned to do it. Like I learned there, and then I started on Logic. No offense to Logic, but I couldn't do it. And then my boy gave me a copy of his Ableton, and then I started to mess around with Ableton, and now that's what I used to produce. Ableton, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So now you're living in New York. The move from Miami to New York, that's a significant change. How has that affected your personal and professional growth?
Um, I would say it's definitely affected my growth in both aspects. Um, Personally, I think has definitely been more challenging, and in terms, not as much as professionally, just because of the hardships. Let's just say that I faced when I first moved here. Um, I first got here. I didn't have anybody up here. I came here like on my own volition by myself.
Yeah. Look at you now. Yeah, you've come through a lot. That's
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
up now.
Yeah, we up and up. What kind of projects have you been working on right now in your career?
In my careers, so I like to collaborate. My whole thing is collaboration. My mentors back home in Miami have always preached the whole collaboration thing. Shout out to Pink Fried Rice. That's the collective back home. And I gotta shout out my mentors, Chris, Drip Jackson, Tom Brazy, and Refro. Uh, Without them, I learned a lot from those guys, and their thing is all about collaboration. And you know what they say, two heads is better than one. So like I've always prided myself on like being able to work with different artists in different genres. So like right now, I've done stuff for Killy the artist. She has an Afro joint that I produced. I have another like synth pop record that I did with Juliet and Coralie. And you know me, I love my UK garage stuff. So like I'm always fiddling around with something new there. I also have a record with Alexander Knight, Sidney, and Juliet, a UK record that I produced. So yeah, just trying not to be in a box is all.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta keep getting your name out and doing everything with everyone
Yeah,
and getting
jack of all
that.
trades.
Yeah, literally. When people listen to your music and your work, what do you hope that they take away from that?
Um, Whoosh. I want people to move. I think that's more important to me than what they may take away with from it. Simply because it's all up to interpretation. So like I may make a song and like what I think what the song means to me, like somebody else can take it and interpret it in their own way, however it hits their nervous system. So for me, I think it's more important to move the body because music to me is supposed to make you dance and feel good. So like if you can just like if I can get a head bop or if I see like somebody just like tapping their foot or something, like it's like okay, like I'm reaching them like somehow, not necessarily like emotionally, but like physically.
Yeah, that's amazing. So where can we find you? What are your tags?
Well, it's at Mixed by Narco on Instagram and TikTok. Those are the only ones I'm really on. I'm not super active. I'm trying to be better about that. But yeah, right now that's where you can find me.
Cool. And one last thing, if what would you say to the younger version of yourself just starting out?
Don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay to feel imposter syndrome, because if you don't feel it, that means you're not actually doing it. Um, no creative really has it all ever figured out. Don't stop, keep going, and be nice to everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Mixed by Narco. It's been a pleasure having you here.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
And thank you, Seven.
Shout out Seven.
Shout out, shout out.